This is for real, guys. Whoop, Delonte West. A couple guys enjoying cocktails, dressed inappropriately for the bench.
This was the scene during a Mavs-Pistons game in January where two fans, Aaron Cohen and Chris Smokes, were seen sitting on the Dallas bench. Now apparently Mavs head coach Rick Carlisle was against the idea at first, but then realized that hey, he'd probably get better minutes out of these two than Lamar Odom. Several weird things were going on during Boston and Atlanta's matchup just 5 days ago, but more odd than the Celtics starting lineup of Avery Bradley, Greg Stiemsma, Keon Dooling, Brandon Bass, and Sasha Pavlovic was Bradley's late third quarter actions. Apparently you don't need laces to steal the ball and pick up an easy dime. Your move, Jarrett Jack. Joel Przybilla isn't exactly known as a nice guy, and after pushing Ricky Rubio to the deck during a March 3rd contest, Przybilla proceeded to, well, show the rookie the business. The worst part, as we all know, walking under ladders is unlucky, but apparently so is passing under backup centers. Rubio would tear his ACL just a week later and miss the rest of the season. Now, we all love the Blake Show. Well, not Timothy Mozgov, Kendrick Perkins, or Serge Ibaka, but most of us. So maybe it was one of these three gentlemen who opened the gym door during this Griffin trip to the free throw line. Not one, but two airballs. Ouch. Down 117-98 late in a game with the Magic, Raptors forward Ed Davis sunk a jump hook. The crowd went crazy. Post-game Orlando head coach Stan Van Gundy was perplexed.
Yeah, I was surprised. I was like, wow, what happened? I thought he had like an 18-point play and tied the game or something.
You don't even get a whole pie, you just get one slice.
Really?
Yeah.
We got a standing ovation for a slice?
Later, Van Gundy was seen at a local pizza desperately explaining that as head coach, he didn't exactly have a ticket, but he was at the game. No dice, Stan. No dice. As much as just being associated with the Wizards could be perceived as a joke, the whole persona is really cemented by plays like this. Nice layup. Maybe Nick Young shouldn't have had that popcorn before tip-off, but Young is just a mere jester when compared to Washington's former King of Crazy. Oh, JaVale McGee. After missing a layup against the Raptors, McGee did the proper thing and hustled back on D. Too bad his team got the offensive rebound. JaVale, you're going the wrong way. John Wall apparently didn't see the humor, but come on, what did he expect? McGee has had several moments like this throughout the 2012 campaign, including spiking a Francisco Garcia finger roll deep into the crowd. It was goaltending, and McGee took a seat on the bench. Now, getting hurt in an All-Star game isn't exactly unheard of, but at the NBA edition, where defense is about as common as Bobcat players, to say injuries are unlikely would be just. But tell that to Kobe Bryant.
Looked like that was a pretty hard foul because Kobe has drawn blood.
Well, I was wondering which team was going to draw first blood.
Calm down, Reggie. We're not talking Rambo here. More like Phantom of the Opera. They say some teams just don't know how to win games. It would help Minnesota if Martell Webster knew how to count. Down 3 late, Webster picked off the inbounds pass and took it to the tin for a dunk, which, as always, is worth 2 points. Now, maybe Webster didn't think he could knock down the 3, or maybe his hair was just stemming the blood flow to his brain. Either way, his team lost 103-101. Also, don't worry too much, Julian Stone. That wasn't even the worst inbound of the season.
Sideline out of bounds. Here's the inbound pass. Smith could not reach the ball. If Smith had turned a second earlier, that inbound pass was right to him. What in the world was Metta World Peace thinking?
The play of the game, in my opinion, was the steal by Matt Barnes with 1.2 seconds to go. If he wouldn't have stole that pass that Metta threw, we might have lost.
Mike Brown would later retract his comments when the player formerly known as Artest threatened to elbow him in the face.